Good morning, students. So today we're going to solve question 3 from GATE CSE 2025 set 1. The question states that the average marks obtained by a class, average marks, right, in an examination were calculated as 30.8, right? So let's assume that X represents the marks obtained by a student, right? By marks obtained by a student. So X mean is going to give you the average marks, right? Average marks. This is marks, right? That is the basic assumption. With that, however, while checking the marks entered, the teacher found that marks of one student were entered incorrectly as 24 instead of 42. So one of the data points that was entered into the computer was that a student, let's say that student is x7, that student has gained 24 marks, but in reality that student has actually gained 42 marks, right? So the students have so the teachers or whoever was entering the data has made a blunder there, right? So okay, with that being present, so this thing happened. Let's read forward. So after correcting the marks, the average became 31.4. How many students does the class have, right? So we have to find the number of students the class have. So let's assume the number of students that the class have to be capital N, right? To be the capital N. Now as all the students would be giving the examination, right? So from all the students, every single student is going to get some marks. So total number of marks that is going to be there, total number of marks meaning the total number of data points that are going to be present in the database is going to be capital of N, and that is what we have to find, right? So with that being present, so let's take the information that is given to us and try to analyze from there, right? So what is given to us? The given part is that the earlier mean that was taken was 30.8, and that this mean was found to be problematic. Why? Because one data point was 24 instead of 42. After correcting this mistake, the new mean is found to be as 31.4, and this is your correct mean, right? What is the formula for mean? Basically, how do you find the mean? You find the mean by taking the summation, that is the addition of all the marks, and dividing it by total number of entries into the database, and that is basically equals to the number of students here, right? So this is a basic fundamental formula which is we are going to use throughout the question, right? With this formula being present, let's put in the value of the original ones, right? So okay, so what we are trying to find, so the change has happened from the original one to the final one, right? So if we were to try to formulate the final one and then reduce the expansion of the final one into your x naught, and the rest of the part is in some way gives you the capital of N, that is number of students in the class, then that is going to be very ideal, right? And if that were not to be true, then then there's only two ways, right? Either you can form x and the new mean in terms of your old mean, or you can find your old mean in terms of your new mean, right? Both of them are completely equivalent. We can pick any one of them. I will pick this one, right? I will pick this one and solve from there. So the new mean is going to give you the summation of all, right? Summation of all. Now this summation of all, right, xi was given as incorrect because one of the data points was wrong, right? This 24 was added. So this extra data point we must remove for it to give the correct mean, right? So this extra data point was removed, and the correct information, the new data point that replaces this old one, must be added, and the value for that is plus 42. So we're going to do plus 42 here, plus 42, and we're going to divide the whole thing by capital N, right? Why capital N? Because this is the formula for finding the mean, right? So we get this new formula in terms of your old one. No, but you will say that the old mean has not come here. Okay, so you have not seen, you're not able to see right now, but you will be able to see. Just let me divide this part like this: xi divided by N minus your 24 minus 42 by capital N, right? So now this part is what is this part? This part is nothing but your old mean, because this summation of all xi, the previous data points, which has one of the data point wrong, the 24 part is present inside of this. So this is going to give you x naught. So this is going to give you x new x mean is equals to old x mean minus what is this going to give you, right? So let's take it like this. So 42 minus 24 is going to give you 6. This part is going to give you 6. What am I doing? This is going to give you 2 plus 6 is going to give you 8, right? And this is going to become 3 minus 2 is going to give you 1. So this is going to give you 18, that 2 negative, because I have taken this part here. So this is going to become minus 18, negative is going to cut out. So that is going to give you 18 by n, right? This is what you get. Now you can find the this capital of n from this, because that is the only variable and everything else is already known. So let's just put in the values and find the answer, right? So 31.4 is equals to 30.8 plus 18 by n, right? This thing being subtracted from this, we get what? This part directly cuts out. This part gives us 0.6, right? So 0.6 is going to give you 18 by n. That is going to give you n is equals to 180 by 6. What is that going to give you? 30, right? What is that going to give you? 30. So from direct deduction we got the answer. I think this is a very simple question, but obviously you must practice in the art of deduction so that you have confidence in the answer that you get. What is the particular option that matches this answer? That is C, and that is going to be your answer for this question. I hope you learned something. I hope some of your concepts must have been revised, and with that I will see you in the next video. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and thank you.